Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Just Chike coming at you with another YouTube video topic. Today, I want to talk about, well, discipline. Discipline and really another aspect of discipline. A key element in becoming more disciplined is actually the desire to compete. And, you know, looking at it, my whole life, I've been very disciplined with exercising. But if you guys know me and you could watch my previous videos, you know that I've always enjoyed exercise. I like getting stronger. Why? Well, partially, the idea of being stronger than you makes me happy, just to put it simple. The idea of being more physically dominant than you makes me happy, just to keep it above. The idea of going to the gym and other guys in the gym can't lift as much as I can actually makes me feel pretty good. I get a rush of dopamine from it. And I've always worked to be that way. In my head, I've always thought men should just be strong. Men should just not be weak. I think when I was little, I would see videos of a dude, he probably like maybe his girl's getting assaulted or something, and the guy would try and beat him up, and he's so dang pathetic that he just gets knocked out and he's just on the ground like that, and he can't really do anything about it. And it's not only through videos and TV, but just in my environment, you would see instances when men just couldn't do anything about unfortunate acts happening to them or people they love because they just weren't strong enough to deal with it. And there's nothing they could do about it, And I think that's why in me, I always have the intrinsic nature. It's almost like, it's not like a fear. It's not fear. It's simply pleasure. I simply get pleasure of being better than other people when it comes to fitness. Do I know that I'm better than and it's not like when I see someone better than me, I get jealous or envious. It's just like, okay, I'm gonna get there. That's just my mindset. That's just how I think. And over the course of time, it's just been something that's just kind of been deep inside of me where I will consistently go to the gym and become stronger because in my mind, I'm just like, oh, I'm just going to be strong because that's just what I'm finna be. I don't know about you though. And that's just the type of attitude you got to have. Okay, what do you call that? Competition. You call that competition. And when I think about it, a natural, and I'm just speaking for guys here because I'm a guy, I speak from a guy's perspective. I'm only interested in masculine self-improvement. Women, y'all can watch my videos too. It can apply to you too. But I'm just speaking from a guy's perspective because I'm a dude. From the dawn of time, masculinity has been predicated on competition because passing off your genetics, and not only that, but no, passing off your genes and becoming more successful is completely predicated on how well that you are in competing against other men. That's simply it. Life as a man is simply just competing against other dudes. Women like guys that have more resources, that have more muscles or whatever the heck you want to call it, guys that are just better. But how do you define better? You have to have a compare and contrasting element. What do you call that? Competition. So when you take the competition out of man, you completely take his spirit away from him, and you have to have the desire to compete against other men. And that's just something I'm going to tell you guys in this video. If you're a guy and you're watching me, and you have the attitude of, oh, I'm not competing against anybody. I'm just doing it for me. You're lying. Working out for you doesn't make any sense. Just doing it for yourself doesn't make any sense. It does make sense on paper, like in a holistic sense, because I say that too sometimes, but let's just think about this abstractly. We work out to get stronger. Why? So that we can have an advantage over other people who are weaker than us. Not in a vindictive sense, but I have an advantage in comparison to my external environment. Why? Because I can lift and move heavy things. Does that make it's innately a comparative element. Strength. How do you define strength? By having a scale between strength and weakness. You can't be strength if the weak don't exist. Why do I love being strong? Because I'm not weak. Make sense? It makes perfect sense. And you need to tap into the competitive element. Discipline should also be coupled with the desire to compete. You see these gamers, these esports players, why are they so good? It's because they like to compete. You know, you see a good example in anime is Goku. Why is he so strong? It's because consistently when you see him throughout all the series, what is he always doing? He always wants to fight the strongest dude. He always wants to fight and get better. He always wants to fight the strongest dude so that he can get better. Why? So that he can derive pleasure from beating him, from putting him in the dirt. And that is just the nature of masculinity. That is just the nature of strength and building in general. So people think that if the reason why that you're not disciplined is because simply you don't actually want your goal. You're not really ready to be disciplined. You like the idea of being fit, but you're not ready to conduct the sacrifices necessary for being fit. The sacrifices necessary for achieving a certain goal no longer is a problem when you implement the element of competition interest into your psyche. The moment that you desire to compete, the moment that you desire to understand, oh, my success is based on how much better I am than this person, that'll be the moment that you actually become more disciplined. Trust me. To deprive a man of the desire to compete is to kill the spirit of the man. Is to kill the spirit of the person who seeks to improve as a whole. And that's the truth. And women do it too. It's not like it's just a masculine thing. You know, I'm speaking from a perspective of men, but women compete with each other. Animals compete with each other. All living things compete with each other. Natural selection. So you're disciplined because you want to compete. You're not disciplined because the desire that you have to be fit isn't even really your own. You just have the idea of, it would be good if I'm fit. It would be good if I lost weight. But why did I get to this point of building so much muscle? It's because I thought it would be good if I was better than this guy. You know, it wasn't really fully conscious though. It's just like, it's just inside me. Like, it's just how I am. I just like being strong. Period, point blank. That's just how it is. And that's how you need to be. You need to be ready to compete. You got to be ready to sit up here and say, not only should I self-improve to be better than myself, but you should see something fundamentally wrong with being weak in a certain category to the point where you're ready to compete with other people in that same category. Just as you see something fundamentally wrong with being an idiot, so you go to school, just as you see something fundamentally wrong with being broke, so you go to work, you gotta see something fundamentally wrong with being weak. With being someone who can't walk up the stairs without huffing and puffing. You want a girl so bad, but one day someone runs up on her, try to assault her, and you just get knocked to the floor like a little boy. You gonna go to the gym after that. I mean, think about it. We see jokes on the internet where guys, after their girl dumps them or whatever, what do? They go to the gym. Why? It's because they know intrinsically, okay, if I get better, she will come back. Or she'll get jealous. Or I'll be on her mind. That's why. It's because nature is competitive. So guys, you know, it's all about competition. The discipline will come when you find interest in competing against other people. Competing against other YouTubers, competing against other lifters, competing against other men in this world or women in this world, depending on who you are. Okay, fellas? And that's the mental roadblock you gotta get rid of. Life is a competition, it's not La La Land. Because if it wasn't a competition, you wouldn't be depressed. You wouldn't sit up here and look down on yourself. But we have a negative image of ourselves because we see ourselves in contrast to other people. In contrast to other people, all right? You can sit up here and say in your conscious mind, I'm not a competitive person, but guess who's gonna say that you're cap? Your biology. Because your depression will manifest itself physically and make you sick. So guys, I'm not gonna drag this video on too long. I really hope that this video sparks some fire in you because real talk, like, I'm just trying to make sure that you're the best person that you could be. And that's just the God knows truth. I got to this point because I like being stronger than other men. And I like guys knowing that they can't mess with me or anybody I care about. That's just how I feel. You know, not that I feel threatened by everybody, but if you're a man, you kind of get my drift, right? But with that being said, if you like the video, I feel invited, go ahead, like, subscribe, leave a comment down below. Get competitive, get buff, get swole. Peace.